What's up, everybody? My name is Ryan Jinks, and you are watching a YouTube channel dedicated to sharing just awesome stories. So today I am partnering with a girl, and we are here on Skid Row. We're going to share an awesome story. Rachel?
Hey, Ryan.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hi. So my name is Rachel. I have a little organization called the Unstuck Project, and it's really meant to connect with people who maybe have felt stuck in their life from any very situation, from addiction to loss. Any variety of the idea of being stuck. And usually we just come out here and connect with people and give donations such as socks or wipes or any other needed item and just have conversation, hang out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can we go do it?
Let's do that.
All right, let's go.
Cool.
Rachel, so this is Tex. I met
Pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Beautiful
I
lady.
met Tex last week, and we hung out. And I mean, he's like one of the nicest guys down here.
No, you can't go around telling all the secrets, you know?
Texas
You gotta keep it
Cowboys
hard.
are not nice.
He acts like he's hard, but he's a soft.
What's your story, man? Like,
My
what?
story is, my daughters came to UCLA about
Okay.
four and a half years ago, and she called me one night, crying. So I realized how far it was. So
Yeah.
Two nights later, 1,600 miles, 1,685 miles. Here I am, right down the street from my daughter,
Yeah.
who's now pregnant with my first grandson.
Okay, cool.
Everything's working cool.
Right on.
It's not so bad out here. You just have
Yeah.
to make something happen.
Yeah,
My
for
bikes.
sure. Yeah, so
started with-
this
started
is
with
your
one-
business, right?
Started with one bike.
Okay.
Got three, got four, and now it's turned into a cluster of bicycles. But I do pretty good.
Okay.
Just kind of riding time.
You know, so like one thing I kind of experienced, like, you know, people have like really weird idea of what like being on the streets is. Like,
Yeah.
people have never been out in that world. Like, they think that they know, they kind of feel like everyone's the same person. You know what I mean? They feel like they met one person. Can you like help explain that a little bit? Because like to me that's
2 words.
Yeah.
Stereotypical bullshit.
Okay.
Everybody thinks that everybody out here is addicted to drugs. They think that everybody's a murderer, rapist, thief. It's great people down here.
Yeah.
Just dumb luck, life,
Yeah.
drugs, a lot of it.
Sure.
But some people have just ran out of time. Family members all gone. I've talked to a couple people. My family's pretty much all gone.
Yeah.
And when you lose a lot of what love is supposed to be, family, you just kind of wander around and start getting high more and wind up down here.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, but true. Life is life, baby. And everybody wants to put it in the drug category. It's not always that, you know?
Yeah.
There's people down here that really are down here because life has shot them a bad hand.
Hey, do you guys need any socks? Yeah. No problem.
And another thing too, I would tease as a kid too, you know.
You were teased as a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
My overbite.
You were teased for your overbite when you were a kid?
Mm-hmm. I used to suck my thumb.
Huh?
I used to suck my thumb. And I grew all that, you know.
Yeah.
One thing too, a person, you know, society think once you're a criminal, always a criminal.
Yeah.
When that it ain't true.
Do you feel like misunderstood in that way? That maybe like your identity? Do you feel like your identity is kind of stuck in what was in the past ever?
Yeah, no.
Because like you're not like that at all.
No, I'm not like that. I'm really not, you know. And I'm a big, tall guy, you know. People, when I go somewhere, you know, people look at me strange, you know, like I'm going to snatch something from them or take something from them and all that. You know, I get all that when I walk somewhere, you know. But
You're
I don't
actually
let-
like super gentle and really
yeah,
nice.
I really am, though. I just
Yeah.
got this look on me, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a mask. You got to wear a mask around here. You don't wear no mask around here, you vulnerable and they're going to eat you up every time.
Yeah. So can you tell me, Floyd, like what makes you feel hopeful? Like right now in this current situation, what makes you feel hopeful?
Be honest, meeting people like you, be honest with you, you know, you didn't even know me, you know, I've been out like a few days, and, you know, your generosity, you bought me clothes, you bought me the things that I need to survive, you know. You know, there ain't nobody around here ain't gonna help no complete stranger. You know what I'm saying? There
Yeah.
ain't though.
But like,
There we go, man. Wow, got something from a movie star.
Thank you.
yeah, no problem. Here a bit. Go. Sorry, that's it. Here you go. You'll have a good day.
You too.
we just ran into Monique out here, gave her some wipes, but she has this beautiful little baby here that's 12 days old.
Yes.
Yeah, little boy. What's his name? You said?
Zymir.
Zymir. Okay,
Yes.
that's a really cool name. Okay.
So my current situation is I just had a baby.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to move to something bigger, you know. So
what's next for you? Like, what do you really want?
I really want to get a good job so I can provide for my baby. I don't want to be on welfare, like
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, for sure.
I became homeless first time in my life after domestic violence situation where I had to flee for my life.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What do you feel is like the misunderstanding about you, and what do you want people to know about you that maybe they wouldn't know?
Okay, so I am also a trans woman. I'm very open about that because I don't know if you're aware of, there are a lot of younger trans women, especially of color, who commit suicide because of the bullying that they experience in the society. And not everybody is accepting of us, but I want people to know that when you bullying person that you don't know anything about simply because you have some vague idea who they are, you are actually committing a horrible humanitarian violation. And because of that, I've decided to be open about who I am, and I want to be a spokesperson for people who can't speak for themselves, younger people who actually are trans, very misunderstood, have no support, either they're from their family or from their community in general.
Do you need any socks?
Yeah.
Been doing that kind of stuff.
Do you need some?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, for sure.
Hey, y'all have any professional bag, do you?
Yeah, for you too.
Huh?
That's the last we got. What's that?
Thank you, darling. Second delivery?
Wait, hey, Chip, do you care? Can I get
You want put it right in there? I can't see him.
I'm so sorry. This is that. What's your name, man?
They call me old school.
Old school. I like
I'm the
that.
baddest R&B singer in the world right
Oh,
now.
for real? Can you like give me something?
Oh, my love, my darling, I hunger for your touch of love. Still love.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I need your love more than before. I need your love more than before. I need your love to me.
Hey, you weren't playing, man. You weren't playing. I started the Unstuck project a few years ago, and it was never meant to just be a homeless initiative or a Skid Row initiative, while that's a huge part of it now. But it was started based just simply around the idea that sometimes our stories get rerouted by trauma, addiction, loss, like anything that makes us stuck in life. I found that homelessness tended to be like the most visible representation of what it looks like to be stuck. For so many of us, like we can be stuck in our lives and be hurting, but it's not as visible. You don't know it to even judge it. But with homelessness, it's, I mean, the scars are there, the situation's here, like you can't avoid it. So while it can be easier to judge, it's also easier sometimes to have the conversations about what people are really going through and how they feel stuck and what they need, because they're not hiding anything. Everything's in plain sight. It's definitely not just like a homeless community. It is a community out here, and it has a very third world element. But the thing that is incredible to learn is that the idea that we have typically about homelessness, it's just completely debunked when you start having those conversations. When you learn that like Monique that we met like has a baby, is so eloquent, so beautiful, and like her story isn't one of drug abuse. Like it's just a lack of family, a lack of connection. And I think when we learn those stories, we learn empathy again. I would say the first thing is like just connecting and knowing that it helps society to just have those conversations and create a better view of who people are, rather than just having an idea that of what homelessness is to most of America. There's kind of no end to what an individual would need, but socks and wipes are definitely a good go-to. To the end of just coming out into any community and having real conversations with people that you would never have known their story. You would have never known where they came from and what their background was, and maybe you would have judged them because you didn't know. And then when you do have that interaction, you learn like this is just a person that came from some kind of background that might have been more difficult than you or I could have ever experienced. And rather than judging that situation, you really learn who they are. And that just changes everything. So many of us have skills and things that we can offer, whether that's time or money, or just helping someone like go to a job interview or something like that. I was personally connected to the idea of feeling and being stuck just from my own life. When I was younger, I had gone through some various abusive situations, and that led to a lot of depression and anxiety and just disconnecting from myself. And as a result of that, I felt like I understood what it was like to be brought to like my lowest point. And it made me realize that like I could be homeless if I didn't have the infrastructure, the friends or the family to support me. But luckily I had that, even with everything that I had gone through. I wasn't ever at my end because there are people that didn't allow me to be at my end. And that's not the case for everyone out here. But yeah, I think it was really just comes from a place of you understand what you're familiar with, you understand what you know. And like I guess I've kind of known various forms of pain from abuse because I experienced it.
Thank you for taking us out here and showing us what it's like to be out here on the streets.
You are very welcome.